So you're looking at AI on Google Cloud, and let's be honest, you're faced with a lot of choices. Well, today we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to give you a clear map, from the super simple ready-to-go tools all the way to fully custom solutions so you can find the perfect path for your project. All right, let's jump right in.
First up, let's tackle a huge, and I mean huge, assumption that stops a lot of people from even getting started with machine learning in the first place.
So let me ask you straight up, do you really think you need a whole team of PhDs and super specialized engineers to build a powerful AI solution?
And you know what? For a long time, the answer was, yeah, you absolutely did. AI and machine learning, they were pretty exclusive fields, really only accessible to a small group of people with some seriously deep expertise. But that is just not the reality anymore.
That old way of doing things has been completely turned on its head. Today, the tools are so much more accessible. I'm talking accessible enough that your existing team, the people you already have, can start building powerful ML solutions. You just don't need a deep bench of specialists to get in the game. The possibilities have really opened up for everyone.
So how do you navigate this new landscape? Well, Google Cloud basically lays out 4 distinct paths for you to take. The best way to get your head around these options is to think of them as a spectrum. On one end, you've got incredible simplicity and speed, and on the other, you have the ultimate power and control. Let's break down what that spectrum actually looks like.
Okay, so here it is. This is our map. On the far left, you've got tools like BigQuery ML for those quick wins. And as you move to the right, through APIs and AutoML and all the way to custom training, what you're doing is trading some of that speed for more and more power and control. There's no single best path here. The right choice is all about finding that sweet spot, balancing your team's skills with what your project actually needs.
Let's start on the left side of our map, the pre-built solutions that are all about getting you the fastest possible results.
First up is BigQuery ML, and the magic word here is SQL. Now this is huge because it means your data analysts, the people who already know your data inside and out, can build machine learning models without having to learn a brand new programming language. They can start today with the skills they already have. So here's the real game changer. You're not exporting massive data sets to some other place. You bring the machine learning to the data right where it lives. This just eliminates a huge amount of complexity and dramatically speeds up the time it takes to get a model up and running.
Next on our list, we've got pre-trained APIs. Think of these like hiring a world-class expert for a single task, instantly. You don't need your own data, you don't need an ML team. You're just plugging into models that Google has already spent years building and perfecting. It's truly the fastest way to add a new skill to your app. And just look at the toolkit you get right out of the box. With just a simple API call, your application can suddenly see, read, listen, and understand language. I mean, these are incredibly complex capabilities just handed to you in the simplest way possible.
But, of course, pre-built solutions can only take you so far. So what happens when you need something more? That's when we move over to the right side of our map, into the world of custom models.
And this is really the million-dollar question, isn't it? A pre-trained model is fantastic for general tasks. But what if you need it to understand the unique, specific things about your products, or your customers, or your industry?
This example, well, it says it all. The standard Vision API can look at a picture and say, yep, that's a wheel. But a custom model trained by a car manufacturer on its own data can look at the same picture and say, that's a defective wheel. That right there is what we mean by business differentiation, an insight your competitors, who are just using off-the-shelf tools, simply can't get.
And this is where AutoML fits in so perfectly. It's the ideal middle ground. You get to train a custom model on your own data, but you do it all through a simple point-and-click interface. The platform handles all the complex coding in the background, finding the best model for you. It really opens up custom AI to a much wider group of people.
And finally, at the far end of the spectrum, we have custom training. This is the path you take when you need maximum power and the most differentiation possible. Your team of data scientists gets full control over everything. Now, it takes the most effort for sure, but it also delivers the most uniquely tailored results. And to pull that off, you need some serious computational power. Which brings us to this number, 200x. And no, that is not a typo. So, what on earth is that? Well, it's the kind of speed boost you can get from Google's custom hardware, their TPUs. We're talking about a training job that used to take a full day, now being done in under 8 minutes. This is the engine that makes the most demanding AI work, like custom training, even possible. Okay, so we've laid out the entire map, we've seen all 4 paths. Now, for the most important part, how do you choose the right one for you?
The right choice. It's all about balancing some trade-offs. As we're about to see, you're constantly weighing 4 key things to find that perfect equilibrium for your project.
And boom, here it is. This is basically the cheat sheet for everything we've talked about. This is your decision matrix. If you need speed above absolutely everything else, you start right at the top with pre-trained APIs. But if what you really need is that unique competitive advantage, that super high differentiation, then you look down at the bottom with custom training. Everything in between, from BigQuery ML to AutoML, is just a different balance of those same priorities.
So there you have it. You've got the map. You can see every path laid out in front of you, from the fastest, easiest road to the steepest, most rewarding climb. The treasure is all that value that's hidden in your data. And now the only question left is, which route will you take to go and find it?